Good evening, dear student. Today we are starting chapter 1 of macroeconomics. Name of the chapter is Introduction. Introduction. Introduction to macroeconomics. We know that when we study about economics, there are two way of study. One study is related to microeconomics and the second is related to macroeconomics. In this book we will understand, in this book chapter 1 we will understand about the introductory part related to macroeconomics. First we will understand that how macroeconomics originated. Different types of economic activities are operated in our economic environment. Some activities are related to individual. It means the consumer is purchasing the commodity and seller is selling the commodity. Individual decisions he is taking in his shop. These activities are known as individual activities, and these are included in microeconomics. And the activities which are related as a whole or aggregate activity or total activity, for example, decision taken by the government of India for petroleum prices, calculation or the collecting data or estimation of data related to total population, or estimated production of wheat, production of rice, and other things. These are related to macroeconomics. In microeconomics, we study for individual, and in macroeconomics, we study about economy as a whole. So, first, we are starting the origin of macroeconomics. Please write about macroeconomics. So, dear student, first we will understand its origin. Its origin is start from Greek word. Greek word macros. The meaning of this word is large, and here we can understand it as aggregate economy. Aggregate economy. Next, emergence of this discipline. Emergence of this discipline is from the book of J.M. Keynes, started by the book, started from the book written by J.M. Keynes. The name of the book is The General Theory of Employment, Interest, and Money. Yes. In 1936, this book was published by J.M. Keynes, and through this book, macroeconomics originated. Its emergence will start. That why we were dealing with macroeconomics, what is the reason that we required economy as a whole, what types of problem we will conclude by these types of economy. We know that macro means aggregate or total as a whole. So large types of activity or big activity which are important for our overall purpose, such types of activities are taken. So origin of macro started by Greek word macro, and popularly we are using it as macro in India. MACRO, macro. Third, sorry, next definition of macro. What do you mean by macroeconomics? Please write definition of macroeconomics. Definition of macroeconomics. Dear student, macroeconomics, economy as a whole. So it is a branch of statistics. Sorry, economics. It is defined. It is defined a branch of economics which studies economic issues, economic issues or economic problems at the level of economy as a whole. As a whole means total economy or aggregate economy. Example I want to say here, you can write employment for the residents. This is the example. Employment for the residents. Another example, growth of output in economy. Growth of output in an economy. Another exam, the problem of price rise. The problem of price rise. Dear student, we can also say it inflation. Inflation means it is the situation where price of the commodities will increase in the market, and due to that DLNS will increase. This is the problem related not to individual, it is the problem related to whole. Now dear student, our next topic is difference between microeconomics and macroeconomics. So please write next heading, differences between microeconomics and macroeconomics. Yes, you will prepare three column, first four basis, and second and third for micro and macroeconomics. Base, micro, macro. Yes. Please write level of study. Yes. In microeconomics, study level of economic problem is indivisible. And in this we will write economy problem as a whole. Entire problems of the economics will be solved here, identified here, analyzed here, interpreted here. In microeconomics we deal with individual problem, and in macroeconomics we will deal with the aggregate problem or total problem. So please write second, central issue. Allocation of the resources. Allocation of the resources. It means at a micro level we have the issues related to allocation of the resources in microeconomics, and microeconomics uses macroeconomics variables such as consumers demand and producer supply. Microeconomic uses microeconomic variables such as consumer demand or consumer supply. So here you will write the example of consumer demand and consumer supply. And central issue is related to determination of overall level of output. Determination of determination of overall level of output. Overall level of output, it means here we will not discuss about individual output. It means overall level of output. For example, production of food, production of food item, productions of wheat, production of rice at national level. These types of issues we can discuss in macroeconomics. Next, yes, third basis, degree of aggregation. Degree of aggregation. So it means degree of aggregation means the total issues, and what will be the level of calculating or issuing problems. माइक्रो में होगा लिमिटेड डिग्री ऑफ लेवल, लिमिटेड डिग्री ऑफ एग्रीगेशन. So, dear student, what is limited degree of aggregation means? Suppose that I am running shop and I want to collect information of the other shopkeeper. So, what will be my limit? I will collect the information of the shopkeeper nearby me, maybe 30, 40 or 50, 20, 30, 40, 50. But if government will collect data about the productions of the things, then government can take all the states or all the districts. So level of aggregation will be higher in macro level. So please write in macro, wider degree of aggregation, wider degree of aggregation. It means at large level, economic problems are discussed, analyzed, and problem solving, problems detecting work will be there. Economic agent, economic agent. In this, we have economic individual agent, individual economic agent. One question will come in mind that what do you mean by economic agent? Dear student, economic agent means the person, individual, or the firm or the concern who is taking economic decision. They all are treated as economic agent. If you are buying something from shop, then you are paying money and buying the commodity. At that time, you are economic agent because you are taking economic decision. So there are two types of economic agent: individual economic agent. These are related to microeconomics, and aggregate economic agent. These are related to macroeconomy. So individual economic agent, you will write household. एग्जाम्पल क्या होगा इसका लिखिए. एग्जाम्पल होगा हाउस होल्ड, शॉपकीपर, etc. And in this you will write institutional economic agent, institutional institutional economic agent, institutional economic agent, and in this we will include Security Exchange Bank of India, SEBI, RBI. These are not related to individual, these are institutions. So such types of economic agent will be included in macroeconomics. Next, method of study. Method of study. It means individual problems are discussed in individual microeconomics. It means problem of one person will differ from the problem of another person. Any shopkeeper who want to solve his problem related to business, he will have to take separate decision. If another shopkeeper want to solve his problem or he want to take economic decision, he will have to take their decision independently. There will be no relation between these two, so individual decisions will be taken. So we can say it partial equilibrium analysis. Partial equilibrium analysis. Equilibrium means level of equal satisfaction. At different points, we are getting equal satisfaction. That is known as equilibrium. So here partial equilibrium analysis, and in macroeconomics you will write general equilibrium analysis. General equilibrium analysis. It means it is related to general problem, and microeconomics related to individual problem. Next and last, assumption of study. Assumption of study. What will be the assumptions of study? Some variables will constant and some will variable. Certain variables are assumed to be constant in microeconomics, whereas they are assumed to be changing in macroeconomics. In microeconomics, total output and employment are taken constant, while these are important variable in macroeconomics. It means in microeconomics, total output and employment, total output and employment are taken constant. It means macro variable will be constant and micro will be variable. And in this you will write distribution of output, distribution of output or distribution of income, distribution of income will be constant. It means in microeconomics, macro variable will be constant, and in macroeconomics, micro variable will be constants. These are the differences between micro and macro. Our next topic is related to the scope of macroeconomics. Scope of macroeconomics. So please write scope of macroeconomics. Yes, now we will read about scope of macroeconomics. What is the first scope? What is scope of macroeconomics? Area of field where we are using macroeconomics. Scope means area, which area in which we are using it for study. First, please write estimation of national income and related aggregate. What is the use of macroeconomics? What is the area of study? Estimation of national income and its aggregate. Estimation estimation of national income and its aggregate. So in next chapter you will read that what is in chapter 3 you will read about national income and its aggregates. It means when we are calculating national income, then we need that what is the value of output. Total output will be calculated, and this is the study of macroeconomics. First we will calculate total output. For example, for first method of calculating national income, that is GVA method, gross value added method, or total production method, or origin method, in which first we will calculate value of output plus change in stock by the value of output minus intermediate goods. Value of output you will calculate by sales plus change in stock. So at that time we will have to calculate entire sales or entire output. At that time we will use it. So this is the first estimation of national income, and for its aggregates we use, for example, we use GDP. GDP, gross domestic product. Gross domestic product means production of goods and service in one accounting year within a territory boundary is known as GDP. So GDP will mean total production. तो GDP का मतलब क्या हो गया? टोटल प्रोडक्शन of goods and services in an accounting year. इन एन अकाउंटिंग ईयर, तो एक अकाउंटिंग ईयर में आपने कितना प्रोडक्शन किया है और कितनी सर्विस प्रोड्यूस की है, उन सब का टोटल करेंगे तो वो क्या होगा? जीडीपी होगा, जीडीपी एमपी. सो इट इज़ वेरी क्लियर, जीडीपी मीन्स ग्रॉस. So total value we are taking, and it is used for further aggregates. For example, NNPFC, NNPMP, NDPMP, NDPFC. You will read in chapter 3rd. So first scope is related to calculation and estimation of national income and its aggregates. Second, theory of employment. Theory of employment. We know that macro theory is related to theory of employment, where through macroeconomics government want to generate employment, and Keynes employment theory is most notable theory. Keynes given the theory of employment, how we can generate employments, possible suggestions were and remedies were given. So this is known as Keynesian theory. Keynesian theory. So on the basis of collecting data, J.M. Keynes gave a theory that how employment can be increased. Employment can be increased. So this is known as Keynesian theory. So aggregate economy or the total output we are calculating, these are helpful in macroeconomics. Through macroeconomics we can discuss theory of employment. Third, theory of money. Yes, our commercial banks are creating the money supply. They estimate what is the demand in the market and what is the total supply in the market by Reserve Bank of India and commercial bank, where we will have to calculate total supply of money, total demand of money in the market. So aggregate economy is also helpful for theory of money. This is related to our central bank and commercial bank. Yes, next theory is, it is helpful for theory of general price level. Theory of general price level. Already general price level theory is related to macroeconomics. It means sometimes when government feel that dearness is increasing in the market or inflation is increasing in the market, then government will try to control the prices of the commodity. And how it will happen? Government will withdraw their securities. It means government will withdraw their securities. Securities already issued by the government. Government will purchase them and issue money if there is inflation, and if deflation and inflation is there. Inflation means जब महंगाई बढ़ती है तब सरकार क्या करती है, उस पैसे को वापस विड्रा करने की कोशिश करती है। और विड्रा कैसे करेगी, पैसा ले लेगी और सिक्योरिटी दे देगी। बाय इशूइंग गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटीज एंड बॉन्ड टू कॉमर्शियल बैंक, गवर्नमेंट विल प्रोवाइड security to banks and withdraw money from marketing system. So this is also helpful for theory of general price level. Next, role of government. Fifth, it is also helpful for role of government. Yes, dear student, what is the role of government? We know that every year government of India and every state government make budget, and in this budget they need total requirement of the resources. What is the requirement in health sector, what is total requirement in the education sector, what is total requirement in infrastructure. So when government will where government will make budget, at that time government need these types of theory or macro theory. Macro theory means aggregate calculation or total calculation. So total calculation or the macro theory is helpful for making the budget and the things related to it. 6. Exchange rate of BOP. Please write exchange rate of BOP. BOP means balance of payment. When government do payment in various sector, then it should be balanced. It means what is our domestic rate currency and what is the rate of international currency. On the basis of this, government will manage the BOP, and for this BOP we need macroeconomics. Now dear student, our next topic is significance of macroeconomics. Yes, next topic is significance of macroeconomics. Significance of macroeconomics. Significance of macroeconomics. Yes. So significance or importance, we can say first, description of the economy. Description of the economy. Yes, through which we can describe the economy, we can take deep knowledge about it. Already we have discussed description of the economy, estimation of national income, और इसमें क्या आएगा, स्टडी ऑफ unemployment, and third already we have discussed government budget. So it is the detailed description about the economy. It is helpful for making detailed description about economy. Second is roadmap of growth and development. Yes, without macroeconomics, it is not possible to make a roadmap that what is our total demand and what is the supply of the resources, what is the output in aggregate level, for example, in agriculture, in industry, in mining, and what is the demand in the market. If we will not calculate total production, total demand, total supply, total requirement, then we can't take any estimation about our development. So it is helpful for making the roadmap of growth and development. So please write roadmap of growth and development. Next, third, economic stability. Economic stability. Economic stability. So, dear student, it is also helpful for economic stability. We know that in every country, at every level, we need economic stability. आज आप कहीं भी देख लीजिए, हमें इकोनॉमिक स्टेबिलिटी की ज़रूरत होती है. यदि हमारे घर की इनकम भी एक महीने हो रही है और एक महीने नहीं हो रही है, फिर एक महीने ज़्यादा हो गई, एक महीने बिल्कुल कम, फिर इनकम नहीं है, तो क्या वो घर चलेगा? इन द सेम वे, इफ़ यू आर रनिंग अ बिजनेस, in 1 month you are having more income and in the next month there is no income, in the coming 2 months you are having less income, so automatically your average income will reduce, and I think we will not able to develop our business. So these are helpful to maintain the stability, through which we will identify the total problem or aggregate problem of the nation, and we can stability. For example, suppose that income is 1 lakh crore and expenditure is 1 lakh 1000 crore. Our income is 1 lakh crore and estimated expenditure are 1 lakh 1000 crore. So dear student, it is very clear that we will have to arrange or manage 1000 crore rupees by some sources, and here government make a plan that how we can arrange 1000 crore rupees, so that in our budget we can make certain provisions and we can make stability, we can maintain stability. So it is also helpful for maintaining stability. Point number 4, BOP, balance of payment. It is also helpful for balance of payment. This is also related to payment system. It means when we are doing transaction from other country or international business, then we are exporting goods and importing goods. When we export goods, then we get FER, foreign exchange reserve. And when we will import goods, then we will have to pay money in dollar in form of foreign exchange reserve. तो जब हमारे पास डॉलर या मनी नहीं होगा या फॉरेन एक्सचेंज रिजर्व नहीं होगा, तो हमारे इंपोर्ट और एक्सपोर्ट कैसे मैनेज होंगे? So we should identify that what is our total import, what is our total export. Total exports are less, then we should increase our export so that we can manage more FER, foreign exchange reserve. Next, fifth point, problem of poverty and environment pollution. Problem of poverty and environmental pollution. Dear student, we know that poverty is the big problem of India. After independence, we are growing up to 7 5-year plan. Our growth was satisfactory, but still our industries are not capable to absorb our labor, and due to that, suppose that in a industry एक फैक्ट्री के बाहर 1000 लोग खड़े हैं और फैक्ट्री को 100 लोगों की ज़रूरत है, तो वो 100 लोगों को ही काम देगी, बाकी 900 जो पर्सन है वो बाहर ऐसे खड़े रहेंगे. सो यू आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग दैट अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट विल इंक्रीज, our industries are not capable to provide to absorb the labor, so they will divert to other sector. So it means it is the problem of the nation and we want to solve the problem. Then we can collect data about unemployment, we can collect problems of the citizens, and on the basis of that problem we can estimate that what is the requirement, how we can remove our poverty. These things happen only when we are having aggregate data. Next is 6, policy formulation. Yes. Who is making policy in India? Our government are making policy in India. our state government are making policy in India. So when every government which is making policy, they need to calculate aggregate supply, aggregate demand, total consumption, total resources, total investment expenditure, total output of different sector, and on the basis of these things, resources are allocated. For example, if government of India want to reduce the unemployment in rural area, then government will have to make problem. अब सरकार यदि गरीबी को ख़त्म करने के लिए गांव में योजना बनाती है, तो उससे पहले ये ज़रूरत पड़ेगी कि विलेज में रिसोर्सेज कितने हैं, उसके बाद कितने लोग हैं जो अनएम्प्लॉयड हैं, उसके बाद ये भी देखना पड़ेगा कि कितने एजुकेटेड है, कितने अनएजुकेटेड हैं, फिर उसमें ये भी देखना पड़ेगा कि हाउ मेनी आर स्किल्ड. Then after we will estimate our resources and we can make a plan that how we can reduce the unemployment in rural areas. So these are also helpful making for policy formation. For every policy which is made by government, first we need or we have to collect data, aggregate data. Data means aggregate data. एक दो घर की इंफॉर्मेशन या एक दो जगह की इंफॉर्मेशन से काम नहीं चलेगा. यदि हमें कोई पॉलिसी बनानी होगी तो हमें उसके जितने भी स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं, टारगेटेड पॉपुलेशन होगी, वी विल हैव टू कलेक्ट डेटा अबाउट ऑल द पॉपुलेशन. देन आफ्टर वी विल बी एबल टू सॉल्व द प्रॉब्लम. सो वी आर reading the chapter 1 and almost we have completed. Nothing is remaining in this chapter. Chapter 1 was introduction and I have completed it, and you are watching the video related to NCI classes, and thank you very much. Successfully we have completed chapter 1 and now we will meet in next class. Thank you very much.